The nature of the offense.
Yes.
Starting there, we went down the wrong path. It makes no sense. I don't believe it. It doesn't add up to what your blood alcohol level was. How you say what happened that night doesn't line up. It just doesn't. I get that 40 ounces is a big beer, but if you've been an alcoholic for as long as you're talking about, that's not going to get your blood alcohol to. Okay, so Mr. Segura, when you were here and entered your plea of guilty, I asked you some very specific questions about pleading guilty freely and voluntarily, and then pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with, and your answers to both of those were yes. The version, however, that of your version that I received here in the pre-sentence report is a little different. It says that you didn't have the drink until your vehicle was stopped. And so your version, if I'm to believe it, is that you stopped at the Taco Bell.
Yes, ma'am.
You drove to the Taco Bell.
I drove to the Taco Bell.
You stopped at the Taco Bell and you drank while your vehicle was stopped.
No, ma'am. I was outside the vehicle when the officer.
So you hung out at Taco Bell. Drank.
I was waiting for the line to move so I could get my food.
I asked that the defendant be sworn.
Yeah. Let's do that. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help me God.
Okay. So you're saying that you got to Taco Bell. You drove to Taco Bell.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I made a right turn with my signal on and everything. Then I was about to park my vehicle. Mm-hmm. That's where the swerve came in at. Okay, obviously it has to be. And then so
I'm not worried about. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I want to know, when you got to Taco Bell, regardless of whatever happened,
right? Did
you go through the drive-through or did you park?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Listen to my question. Did you go through the drive-through or did you park?
I parked.
Okay. So when you parked your car at Taco Bell, you start having alcohol at that point?
No, ma'am. I got out of my vehicle to see how far traffic was up in front of me.
Okay.
They had several cars in front of me.
In front of you for what? You were parked?
Yeah, I was parked like,
were you parked in a parking spot or were you parked in the drive-thru?
I was not exactly in the drive-thru. I was at the end of the store. At the end of the store.
Okay.
But I guess you could consider that the drive-thru line.
Were you waiting for the drive-thru?
I was waiting for the drive-thru.
Okay, listen, here's the thing. You're not going to try to trick me up with semantics today. No, hold on, don't talk over me.
Yes, ma'am.
When I say, were you going through the drive-thru or were you parked? What does that mean? That means, did you park your car because you're going to go in the store, or were you waiting in the line to go through the drive-thru?
I was actually waiting to go through the drive-thru.
Okay. I may look, I don't know, like I'm 12 years old and just fell off the turnip truck, but I'm not.
No, ma'am.
So you're in the line and you get out of your vehicle, right? Because there's a long line. Right. The cars aren't moving.
Right.
Right. So you get out and you decide, I'm going to start drinking here in the parking lot.
No, ma'am. I didn't drink until I got back inside my car.
Okay. But while you were at the Taco Bell, you started drinking. Had you drank before that?
No, ma'am.
So you're telling me that you started drinking at Taco Bell?
Yeah, I opened the container. That's how the beer came. It was on the floor.
So from the time that you started drinking at Taco Bell to the time that the officers got there, about how long was that?
Oh, maybe 15 to 20, 30 minutes, whatever.
Okay. How much did you drink between that time?
I had a malt liquor. The 211 is strong.
Mm-hmm. Just one?
It was a 40 ounce.
Right. So you drank the whole 40 ounces.
I was drinking out of the thing. After the fact that
you were drinking out of what?
After I stepped back in the car, mm-hmm. I started drinking.
Right. So how much of it did you drink?
I consumed a lot of it.
Okay. So let's just say you drank most of 1 40 ounce.
It was contained.
So that's your story and you're sticking. Hold on. So is that your story and you're sticking with it, that you drank most of 1 40 ounce beer in about 15 to 30 minutes and that you hadn't drank anything before then?
No, except for that night before. about 2:00 that morning.
Okay.
And whole blood, alcohol stays in your blood system added to what I drank.
Okay. So your test on this night after drinking most of a 40 ounce was 0.188. And you're wanting me to believe that that's based on most of one drink, and that maybe you still had alcohol in your system from the day before.
Yes, ma'am. But what I recalling my memory, ma'am, I have no reason to try to trick you, Miss Webb. I'm telling you, the God's Son is true. Like I said, I had alcohol in my system from the night before.
Well, how much did you drink the night before?
Well, I was intoxicated.
So what you're telling me then, if you had that much alcohol in your system from the night before, that you were still probably hold on. Watch where your story's going.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're telling me you had so much in your system the night before that it was going to still be in your blood, and you had just driven to the Taco Bell.
No, I drove into the Taco Bell later on that evening.
You're not right.
But it wasn't a full 24 hours.
Right. So if you're saying that 0.188 is because of the night before, then all likelihood you were drunk when you were driving from the night before, if I'm to believe your story that you only had most of one drink while you were there. See how that doesn't make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So let's go back. Obviously there's some medium acceptance of responsibility, so we can go forward with the arguments unagreed. Mr. Coleman, you have a witness?
Yes, Your Honor. State Cause Troy Robinson.
Mr. Robertson, if you please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Your Honor, the court's familiar with Mr. Robinson and his background.
Sure.
For the purpose of the record, Mr. Robinson, you're certified as a fingerprint expert. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
How long have you been certified?
Almost 6 years now.
Testifying before?
Multiple times.
You've had an opportunity to review some documentation in this case.
I have.
Did they include prior judgments for the defendant, Mark Anthony Segura?
They were.
Yes, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit Number 1. Is State's Exhibit Number 1 a fair and accurate summary of the 20 previous felony judgments that you reviewed in the?
It is.
Using your
for 20 felony judgments.
20 previous prior criminal judgments, including the number of felonies.
Correct.
In other words, both misdemeanors.
Yes, sir.
And if you use the defendant's admission to at least one of the DWIs that he said true to, it had a print on its judgment to compare to judgments here that had prints on it.
That is correct.
And what was your determination?
They're the same person.
And in addition to the prints that you used to compare and confirm his identity on these judgments, were there also some personal identifying information such as date of birth, SID numbers, and that kind of that you used to link?
Correct. No.
Your Honor, at this time, I would offer State's Exhibit Number 1, which is a summary of the judgments, and the actual judgments themselves that are marked as State's Exhibits 2 through 20. For purposes of record, tender to against counsel.
Let me just ask: Are there any on that list that aren't already on the pre-sentence report? I mean, why are we doing those?
To look at the judge, I did think that there was at least a couple of those judgments. It's been a while since.
Mr. Burbank, does your client hold on? Does your client have any objection or any reason not to for me not to take judicial notice of the PSI for sure that those prior offenses listed in there and the ones that are convictions are any way wrong?
For the misdemeanors, that's correct.
Okay, so what about for the felonies? Are there one or more that are contest? So what I show with convictions on the PSI, I've got a 91 possession of a controlled substance, There was a probation that was revoked for 5 TDC.
Yes, sir.
Got a 96 manufacturing delivery of a controlled substance, 1 year jail. I've got a 03 possession of a controlled substance, 18 months state jail.
I have that.
I've got an 03 from April manufacturer delivery with 6 months state jail. I've got a January of 15 obstruction or retaliation, 2 TDC.
Yes.
I've got at the same date a harassment of a public servant, 2 TDC. I've got a driving while intoxicated, 3rd or more. Offense date of 11 of 15, 3 TDC. And then I've got an 18 obstruction retaliation with 5 TDC. That totals 8 felony convictions.
That's more than what I had in my summary.
Okay. So are there then, I need at least whatever you have, because he has pled not true to the ones alleged in the indictment, which, let me pull that up.
Yes.
Y'all can just go sit down and take a break for a minute. Don't leave the courtroom, Mr. Segur.
Yeah, no, yes, ma'am.
There, because it was reduced, there wouldn't be a
I do not see an SID number, no.
evidence that has been included in the PSI, as well as States Exhibit 2, 6, and 7. I'm going to find that the prior criminal offense felony in cause number 15-23847, which is number 15 in the state's enhancement, is true. I am also going to find State's Exhibit number 6, which the nature of the offense.
Yes.
Starting there, we went down the wrong path. It makes no sense. I don't believe it. It doesn't add up to what your blood alcohol level was. How you say what happened that night doesn't line up. It just doesn't. I get that 40 ounces is a big beer, but if you've been an alcoholic for as long as you're talking about, that's not going to get your blood alcohol to that night, which was almost a 0.2. It was a 0.188. And I have already found those 3 prior offenses true. Those are all felony offenses from different conviction dates. I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of driving while intoxicated third or more. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. In my opinion, you're lucky that Mr. Coleman asked for 25, because I'm not sure that you really even deserve that with your criminal history and with how you have refused to accept real responsibility. You will receive credit on this sentence for any time that you've been in custody, that the law gives you the right to receive